Oh, and welcome to January 25th of the Science of Mind in a Year. This is kind of a big one today. Looking forward to it. So let's get going here. It is page 51 of the Science of Mind, and let's get on it. It is the beginning of chapter 4, How to Use It. So one of the great difficulties in the new order of thought is that we are likely to indulge in too much theory and too little practice. As a matter of fact, we only know as much as we can prove by actual demonstration. That which we cannot prove may or may not be true, but that which we can prove certainly must be and is the truth. Of course, the theory of any scientific principle goes beyond its application at any given stage of the unfoldment of that principle and the evolution of its accomplishments. If this were not true, there would be no progress in any science. The sciences are objectively real to us only insofar as we can demonstrate them, and until demonstrated, they are suppositional, so far as practical results are concerned. If there is any field of research where the practical application is necessary, it is in the metaphysical field. The reason being that the principle of metaphysics seems less tangible to the average person than does the principle of other sciences. As a matter of fact, all principles are as intangible, but the world at large has not yet come to consider the principle of mental practice in the same light that it considers other given principles of life and action. Its apparently intangibility is lessened whenever and wherever anyone actually demonstrates the supremacy of spiritual thought force over apparent material resistance. It is easy enough to rush about shouting that there are no sick people, but this will never heal those who appear to be sick. It is easy to proclaim that there are no needy. Anyone can say this, whether they be wise or otherwise. If we are to prove such statements to be facts in our experience, we shall be compelled to do more than announce a principle, no matter how true it may be. There is no doubt about the immutability and the availability of the law. The law is infinite. It is right where we happen to be at any given time. It occupies all space and fills every form with differentiations of itself. The law also flows through us, because it flows through everything, and since we exist, it must be in and through us. This is the crux of the whole matter. Infinite and immutable as the law is, ever-present and available as it must be, the potential possibility of all human probability, it must flow through us in order to manifest for us. It has been proved that by thinking correctly and by a conscious mental use of the law of mind, we can use it to do definite things for us, through us. By conscious thinking, we give conscious direction to it, and it, consciously or unconsciously, responds to our advance along the line of our conscious or subjective direction. It must and will respond to everyone, because it is law, and law is no respecter of persons. We are surrounded by an intelligence, force, and substance from which all things come, the ultimate essence, in the invisible and the subjective world of all visible and objective forms and conditions. It is around us in its original state, ready and willing to take form through the impulse of our creative belief. It works for us by flowing through us. This law we did not create. This law we cannot change. We cannot use it correctly we can use it correctly only as we understand and use it according to its nature. Hence, it follows that if we believe that it will not work, it really works by appearing to not work. When we believe that it cannot and will not, then, according to the principle, it does not. But when it does not, it still does, only it does according to our belief that it will not. This is our own punishment through the law of cause and effect. We do not enter in because of our doubts and fears. It is not a punishment imposed upon us by the Spirit of God, but an automatic result of failing constructively to use the law of God. God does not punish the mathematician who fails to obtain the right answer to his problem. The thought of the unsolved problem does punish him until he applies the right principle and thus secures the desired result. Thus sin and punishment, righteousness and salvation are logical reactions of the universe to the life of the individual. When we are dealing with real life, with thoughts, impulses, emotions, etc., we are dealing with causation, with original cause, and we should be most careful how we deal with such powers and forces. In dealing with this subtle power of mind and spirit, we are dealing with a fluent force. It is forever taking form and forever deserting the form which it has taken. Thus, a practitioner of this science should not be confused over any given form, but should know that any form which is not of the original harmony is subject to change. The original spirit is harmony. It is beauty and truth and everything that goes with the ultimate reality. The universe is not divided against itself. We should learn to control our thought processes and bring them into line with reality. Thought should tend more and more toward an affirmative attitude of mind that is positive, stable, and above all else, toward a real unity with spirit that is already complete and perfect. So that's the reading. There's a lot to take in today. One thing that I want to comment as well, it can be kind of wordy and challenging at times, so if you have any questions, put a comment in the comment section and I would be happy to get back to you with that. So that's day 25. I hope everything's going well out there. Peace.